afternoon. My name is Dr. Alba Flores. I'm an associate professor in electrical in the Department of Computer and Electrical and Computer Engineering. I'm going to show you the circuit analysis lab. This lab is in an engineering building, room 2108, and this is the entrance. Let's start with the safety. For safety, the first thing that students have to learn when they start in the lab is to look at the safety buttons that we have to kill off the power. This one, if there is an emergency, something happened in one of the stations or the equipment, we press this one and everything is shut off. Then students have to be aware what is that switch. Or no, also we have switches, emergency switches for each bench. If something happened here, a short circuit or the equipment malfunction, students, each student knows where is the killing switch for the station. Then this lab, we have 14 stations, all have the same equipment, all have that emergency switch. Then we can have students work in teams of 2, then we can have up to 28 students here. We have also, for safety, we have this fire extinguisher. They check here every year, okay, to be sure that it's functional. Then this was checked in 2021 this year on May. Then also we have this first aid station, okay, if something happened, then we have here supplies, okay, for burning or something that sometimes the students take a resistor and is hot. And also we have emergency phone numbers here, okay, the police or the all emergency phone numbers. Then we can call if something happened. And also there are rules there. Also besides that, in the handbook we have a manual, circuit analysis lab manual, that all students, they have to get their own copy. Then the first pages are related with safety in the lab. Then we have here, we have 13 rules. We go over those rules, the first meeting in the lab, to be sure that students understand that what are the practice to be safe around electricity. Then we go straight, force all those rules to be followed in this lab. One of the things that they know is when we do experiments with capacitors, electrolytic capacitors, they have to wear the safety glasses. We have these wipes to clean the lenses before they use the lenses. Then that is with safety. The other thing is for instructors. We have this station when the instructor, the computer, we have a camera for Zoom when we need to connect via Zoom. There is a projector. Okay, we need to show slides or something to the students. We have a projector and a screen to show the students. Let's show you one of the stations, the equipment that we have in the benches. This equipment, we have the standard equipment for doing electrical circuit experiments. We have a diffusion generator. We have a power supply. There are 2 independent power supplies and 1 fixed, 5 volts. Then we have here a picoscope. For the oscilloscope, we use the picoscope. Then it's 2 channel, the one that we have here. Then students can get the screenshots there, directly the electronic copies of the results. Then we have also this from National Instrument, the ELBIS system. It has by itself also an oscilloscope, a digital multimeter, function generator, body plotter. Then they do the experiments with that, and also the software that is associated, and they can have electronic copies of plots, results that they get in the experiments. Also for the labs, students, we provide one kit, okay, to each bench. Students work usually in teams of 2, okay. Then this has wires to do connections, op-amps, capacitors, inductors, resistors. Then they have these at the beginning of the semester, those components that they need to do the experiments. Usually we have around 8 labs that include DC, AC, op-amps, filters. They do design of passive and active filters. Then they work here in these benches. All the benches have the same equipment. And let me show you also here, we have a racks with boxes with more extra components. If something is not in the box there, or for another courses that microelectronics or robotics, we have components here for students if they are doing like a project and they need to build something that includes electronic components. They can get those from here. We have here in the racks also all the connectors for the equipment. Students know that they get the connector, they have to put back everything once that they finish the experiment, clean and turn off everything that they use during the experiment. Here, let me show you this remote electronics lab. There are cases that students need some accommodations that they cannot come physically to the lab. Then we acquire this system from Emona and allow us to do experiments remotely in circuits analysis, microelectronics, digital design, also microcontrollers. Then we use this in case that some students need accommodation for any reason they cannot be physically in the lab. Then let's, I think that this what we have here in the lab. Let me know if you have any questions or you need to see more things. We will be happy to provide extra information. Just contact us in the department and we will be happy to provide information. Thank you.